Hi everyone. So some of you know who I am, and I would assume that some of you do not. So let me introduce myself. My name is Kevin Gertis, and I live in Los Angeles, California. I am the creator and the host of the podcast LGBT Stories. The show started over 3 years ago on December 9th, 2016. It was born from the idea that society desperately needed to hear more stories of LGBTQ people who were simply your normal, everyday person. I wanted to share our real life stories with the world. I had no idea that the show would have grown into what it is today. With over 182,000 downloads on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, and many more platforms, LGBT Stories has featured stories of people in various stages of their lives. May it be a transgender person telling the story of their transitioning, or a man sharing the struggles that he faced growing up in the shadows of his father's oppression, a queer political activist turned dancer in Hollywood, California, to countless stories of the intersection of homosexuality and religion. LGBT Stories has been a place where people as young as 12 years old have come to hear stories like their own, stories with characters that they can see themselves in, stories that are real. It's been a place where men in their late 60s have been able to come and share their stories with the hope that they can inspire the younger generations of today to feel empowered to live their best lives. LGBT Stories has been a place that's provided some of our guests with an outlet to share their true, authentic stories the way that they want to share it. With some saying to me that it's been one of the most therapeutic things that they have ever participated in. You see, when you start talking, something happens. The healing process, it begins. And I am honored to be able to be a part of that healing process in so many people's lives from around the world. So that brings us to what's next. LGBT Stories is at a major turning point, and we've been here for some time now. This is a one-man show, and what I mean by that, I'll break down right now for you. I do all of the casting of the guest for the show. I arrange pre-screening calls where I vet out the guest and get to know them and their story a little bit better. I book the guest. I conduct the actual recording of the interview. I write the episode. I record my narration that you hear. I do all of the editing from start to finish, something that I 100% taught myself to do. Thank you to YouTube. I upload the final product to iTunes and other platforms. I create all of the social media marketing content. I create all of the ads for the show, which starts with finding and sourcing new sponsors and developing relationships and ads for them to be put on the show. I maintain the show's email account. I maintain the show's website. I maintain the show's social media accounts, all of them. And I do this for every single episode, which right now is currently 4 episodes per month. This is oftentimes a minimum of 30 hours of work per week for me and me alone. And sadly, I'm at a place where I am deeply challenged with how I can continue to sustain this show and the time that it takes. It's time that some major changes to the infrastructure of the show are made. And I think this is where you guys all can really come in. First, what's changing? Well, LGBT Stories is not in a financial place as to where it can sustain the outsourcing of the work to production professionals. The number of episodes that I'm able to release, unfortunately, will be decreasing to 2 per month. And additionally, the microcast that comes out every Monday through Friday that we gave a healthy shot in the first quarter of this year is going to end. If I've learned anything from podcasting, it is that to produce a quality show, it requires a team of people and a lot of time. So what's next? Well, if you're watching this, you are probably at our GoFundMe page. I've set a goal that we need to hit in order to get things back to the quality and maybe even better quality and frequency of what it had been running at. I'll be honest, it's a big goal. But I know that growing LGBT Stories to the audience and the overall production that it is at was a big goal in the first place. But we did it. I've always said that this is a community and that we are all in this together. I know that if everyone pitches in, that we can hit this goal. So I ask you today, right now, please, may it be $1 or anything larger, please support LGBT Stories and donate to this page. Donate to this GoFundMe page. Share this GoFundMe page on your Facebook, Twitter, and with your friends and families. LGBT Stories has impacted so many lives in many different ways. Let's keep that going together.